Split 1 over r times r plus 1 into partial fractions and hence find the sum from r to 1 of n of 1 over r plus 1. Okay, so if we're going to use partial fractions, then we're going to say that 1 over r plus 1 must be equivalent to a over r plus b over r plus 1. We split the denominator into partial fractions, which means that 1 must be equivalent to a times r plus 1 and b times r. That will make that denominator the same as that. Okay, put r equal to 0. That will give that a will be equal to 1. And if we put r equal to minus 1, this bit will become 0. We get minus b is equal to 1. Therefore, b will be equivalent to minus 1. Therefore, 1 over r plus 1 will be equal to 1 over r plus 1 over r plus 1. Right, it says then use that to find the sum from 1 to n of 1 over r plus 1. So the first step will be to put that equal to the sum of this 1 over r minus 1 over r plus 1, the sum of from r to 1 of n. Okay, how are we going to proceed from here? What we're going to do, what's quite useful sometimes, is to write out a few of the terms of this sequence here. So that will become 1, because the first term is 1, r is 1, 1 over 1 is 1, minus 1 over 2. Next time when r is 2, we get 1 over 2, and minus 1 over 3, so you can see what's happening here. The next term when r is 3 will be 1 over 3 minus 1 over 4, and this will then carry on. The last but one term will be n minus 1, so that will be 1 over n minus 1, and then when you put n minus 1 plus 1 you get 1 over n, and then the last time when it's n we're going to get plus 1 over n minus 1 over n plus 1. Okay, this is known as a telescoping sum, because what happens is this: if we're adding these together, minus a half and a half will cancel each other out, minus a third and a third will cancel each other out, minus a quarter and the next term would be plus a quarter, that will cancel out, and then so on. And the term before this one here will be minus 1 over n minus 1. And therefore 1 over n plus 1 over n will cancel out. So the whole thing has collapsed apart from the first term and the last term. So we can now say the sum of the original sequence from r to 1 to n of 1 over r plus 1 will be 1 minus 1 over n plus 1. We could then simplify that by putting it over a common denominator. So it's n plus 1 minus 1 over n plus 1. 1 minus 1 cancels out, so you just get n over n plus 1. Okay, so this has been a video to show you how to find the sum of a series which has a telescoping sum. I hope you've understood, and I thank you very much for watching.